Well, hello folks. Today I want to do a quick video on one thing that I notice with adult learners, and this video could get me banned, I don't know, but we'll see how we go. But one thing I notice about adult learners is that there is a huge difference between the mentality of somebody that goes along to a personal development seminar as opposed to somebody that goes along to a training company or even a university. And for some reason, an odd concept seems to happen. When they go along to a training company or a university, this level of expectation and entitlement of what the organization will do for them is much higher. Yet when someone goes along to a personal development seminar, there's also an understanding of the person needs to do the work. I'll say it again. The person needs to do the work in order to get the result. Now, I know not all personal development companies and all of that are good or fantastic, but there's always a sense of, you come along, I will facilitate the process, but you need to do the work. When we go along to a training company, maybe we want to start a Cert 3 or a diploma in a something, and maybe want to get a qualification, right? There can often be a sense of, I want the trainer to meet me halfway or even further and do some of the work for me. Yet in the PD world, professional development, personal development, there's an understanding that the individual needs to step up and do the work. And I find this really interesting with adults, that even though in both circumstances they are often paying the money, there is a different mindset that's actually applied to the learning environment. Now, I teach in both worlds, and I love both worlds, but I do find it very different, that there is a higher expectation on the trainer or facilitator when someone's coming along to a registered training organization, that the trainer is going to do a lot of the work for the learner, and they are going to step over the line of responsibility and do some of the work for the individual. And even in university, there seems to be an idea that I want the lecturer to help me out. Yet if you go to the personal development world, the facilitator's not going to do anything for you. They're not. The coach is not really going to do anything for you, because what they do is they hold a frame of the learner, the candidate, the participant is responsible for their own transformation. And what the seminar leader does is simply create an environment where they create distinctions and they invite you into the transformation and they invite you into the process. And then they're going to continue to provide situations and distinctions that the person can have a deeper understanding of themselves, try new things, and step into new understandings and walk out a different person. Yet in the training environment for RTOs or universities, it's kind of more so, how do I even put it? Show up and then I've got my cup, put everything in my cup and just give everything to me on a silver platter, which is totally fine. And there's much more of a collaborative expectation around how things are going to go, which is fine. I get it. It's totally cool. But I just wanted to speak to this because they're both adult learning environments, but yet they have different dynamics and different expectations. And I love both, don't get me wrong. And I am more than happy to help people out. But I do find the line is very blurred in a tertiary or RTO environment in the world I work in. And I think for adults, there are different levels of self-awareness and different levels of self-application in the learning environment. And I think growing up, we are either empowered to be great learners, or we have an expectation the learning is going to be provided to us, and we all grow up with different levels of, I guess, normality around that, which is very interesting. And also, definitely there are some people that need more support, that haven't been given that support up until that point, so they really struggle to get resourceful, be resilient, and get stuff done for themselves. So I just find that very interesting. Both situations, both scenarios, people pay money, but the expectations they bring to the learning environment are different. And I guess if you're someone that really struggles, then going to a personal development seminar can be quite confronting, because you yourself have to step up and have to take self-accountability for anything and everything happens to you. So yeah, I just thought I'd talk about it because it's a really interesting topic. How adults manage themselves in different environments, in different learning contexts. Fascinating to observe. Anyway, hope you got some value from the video. If you did, drop a comment. If you agree, drop a comment. If you disagree, drop a comment. I'd love to hear from you and your experience working with adults in different contexts and personal development seminars versus training organizations and university environments. Thanks for watching, team. We'll see you in the next one.